A lot of the guys that I served with in the Marine Corps, about half of them between Afghanistan and Iraq were casualties.
R.J. St. John has had to deal with death for most of his life.
That's Hale on the far right. He's the guy who died of a heart attack. He was dead before he hit the ground. So
6 days after high school, St. John wasn't partying with friends or packing up for college. He was in boot camp.
I look like my dad did in Vietnam.
And growing up in a military family, when this recent grad was ready to leave the nest, his father's parting words were a bit different from most.
He said, "Don't make friends, because it makes it that much harder when you lose them."
For the past 10 years, Sergeant St. John fought to stay alive.
That it's just zero visibility.
But now he faces a new battle, being a student and a soldier.
I literally got home from Iraq. I had about 2 weeks of reconstitution time, just trying to get back into getting the jet lag out of my system and whatnot. And then, bam, I was in school.
It does mess with your schooling. I still got incompletes from last year's flood duty.
At an open panel in front of BSU faculty, veterans discussed the difficulties of rehabilitating back into a school setting.
I've been a student at BSU since 2006, and I've had one semester where the military hasn't taken me away.
While St. John is a full-time student, at any given moment he could be called to duty. And with a maximum of 72 hours notice to pack his things and go, school is put on hold.
2007, $59 million.
The Northwest Regional Coordinator of the Minnesota Higher Education Veterans Program says the number of deployments are continuing to rise.
So those numbers are really going to go up in the air.
Veterans in Minnesota receiving VA benefits increased from about 6,000 in 2008 to currently over 9,000. And the regional coordinator says those numbers aren't getting any better.
We've shown the numbers are going up and up and up, and with the deployments going up and up, it's just not going to go away.
We'd be talking, and he'd just reach in and go, one of my teeth fell out.
The advisor and counselor for BSU TRIO Student Support Services has been helping vets in school since the Vietnam War and says the main obstacle for veterans today is adjusting to the age difference of their fellow students.
They've been overseas and they've done things and experienced things that they come here and they're running into the traditional 17, 18-year-olds and they just can't relate to it.
Johnny here is now surpassed me as the oldest guy on the team.
However, St. John managed to find his youth. He plays college rugby, a sport dominated by students in their early 20s. But even though St. John says he enjoys reliving the adolescence he never had, the decade gap between him and his teammates is hard to ignore.
I feel chronologically displaced sometimes because I'm starting to experience things that, you know, most people experience like at 20, 21, and I didn't get to that point till I was 28, 29 years old.
That'll work. Okay.
So no matter how much time passes or how comfortable St. John gets in his new setting, one bad dream, one word, or just a sound jolts him back into survival mode. And on those days, all he can do is try to get through it.
It's just one foot in front of the other, and that's all I'm doing.